Hello, my name is Paige Harris, and this is my video diaries for the Cultural Plunge assignment. So, for this assignment, I decided I was going to visit a Catholic church. Um, the reason I decided this was I identify as atheist, so visiting a church, interacting with people of that religion is something I don't do very often. So, I just wanted to put myself in an experience that makes me like almost uncomfortable. Like in a church setting, it's not where I feel the best. It's not where I'm going to thrive. But I wanted to see where other people thrive and do their best. So ultimately, I decided to go to the Cathedral Basilica of Assumption in Covington, Kentucky. Um, I chose this church because of its history and the beauty of it. This is a stunning, gorgeous church. There's so much stained glass, and like the colors are just so vibrant and gorgeous. There's mosaics that line the wall. There's wood carvings that have so much detail on it. Like when they built this church, they did not let one single detail go, and that is just amazing. Um, there is also like an entire golden altar. um, and it was just crazy. It was not something like I'd ever really experienced. I've never been in a church like that. I've been in like small churches like in the middle of nowhere where I grew up, but like these it was much different than what I was ever used to. Um so that was the setting. My reactions before going in, like my prior experiences, I never really had any like negative experiences with the Catholic religion. Um, I did have like a friend in high school who like once she found out I was atheist, she no longer wanted to be my friend. She never like really talked to me again, and that's okay. I understand like we're all different and my views offended her, I guess. So it was fine, like I let it go. But like that was all my really like the experiences I really had. Um So like going in, I felt like maybe everyone was a little judgmental, which is a bold stereotype. And I know that's not right. Like not everyone's gonna be like that. And I was proven wrong. Like as soon as I like went through the door, the reception lady who like the greeter was so nice. She made sure like every question we had was answered. She even gave us details like we didn't like necessarily ask for. Um, but just like really expanded like our knowledge on the church, which is like so old and the history is just crazy. But yeah. So, yeah, sorry. Um, so during the plunge like being there, I tried to be very open-minded and went in thinking like it's just a, like it's just a building. There's like obviously like I understand like it's a holy spot. People go there for worship, but like for me I tried to go in with an open mind and not let my beliefs interfere with that. Um so I was like just admiring the artwork, and it was just like kind of crazy to me that like so much detail and work went into a building that's just a place of worship. I don't want to offend anybody by saying that, but I just it's not something I necessarily can wrap my mind around. Um, Something that did happen during it that was kind of humbling, I guess, would be the word I would choose for that. Is like about 20 minutes after being there, a gentleman walks in and he sits in the pews and he starts praying. And it was just like, I wasn't like staring at him, watching him. I didn't want him to feel uncomfortable, but like I did make note of it. And after a few minutes, like I look over and like he's looking up and he is crying. And it was just an interesting experience because, and like, he's obviously like in some sort of distress, and he turned to his religion, and that's something I've never been able to turn to. I've never turned to, and it was just like humbling to see that, and that was his support system in that moment, and it was very interesting to me. Um, so after, um, and relating it to my life, so I don't think I'm going to be nearly as judgmental as I was going in, because looking back now, I was just as judgmental to them as they were to me, or so I thought they were, and that wasn't right. And not everyone is like that, and I know better now after experiencing that, and I'm grateful I've had this experience to broaden my mind. That didn't make sense, but it's okay. Um, and like as it relates to educational institutions and stuff, there's going to be students that come from all different like different religious backgrounds or backgrounds in general that don't necessarily go with my beliefs and my views of the world. And at the end of the day, I'm still going to have to teach to them. um I'm not going to be a teacher, but that would be like the case. You have to put your views and your mindsets to the side to provide the best education to others. Um, Something about religion, though, and churches that I don't understand, even now, it's still something hard for me to like wrap my mind around, is how much money we spend on the building. I know not every church is like that, but especially for this church, when it was built and or when it was like finished being like built, like the structure, it cost $300,000. And that was in the like 1900s, like early 1900s, possibly even late 1800s. In today's money, that is $7.9 million. Nearly $8 million went on a building. And I just think that's absurd. Like, I'm not saying like there doesn't need to be places of worship. That's not what I'm saying. Like, you can still build nice places to go worship. But why do we need to spend that much money? Like, imagine if we spent that money to something like of a greater cause, like donating it to people who don't have food, or even back then, like orphanages or those struggling. Like, there's so much more that money could have gone to besides this beautiful building, which now, like, looking at its history, but I feel like it'd be better reading about how all this money like changed something in our society. Like, maybe that's just like I just don't understand that aspect of religion and churches. I know all are not like that, but it's just crazy to me. Um, I am very thankful I had this opportunity to get out of my comfort zone, do something I'm not used to, and expand my mind in a way that I probably wouldn't ever have. And I'm thankful for that.